change. Empower you to change the game, that's the aim. Never be afraid to trade or get paid. Nobody can trace you on the blockchain. Time for action, now we gain traction. Pirate chain for private transactions, cause we need some free interaction. Here we go, now it's time to catch on.
Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go.
When ARRR is low, gonna buy that dip. Hodl and do some private flips, following simple finance tips, so that one day I can buy a pirate ship. Stand up and dare to dream big, cause you know it's time to be free. Love and respect is what the world needs, and of course, privacy.
Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the chain's not cut and the block's not gone. With pirates make our regular call, we're with the captain crew and dawn. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this month's meeting. And let me know if you guys can hear me. I just want to make sure my audio is working. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. Apologies for last month. I had some personal stuff come up and I couldn't attend. So this month, we'll just go over the updates from for this month and a little bit from last month that are still applicable. So first things first, we got some huge news that Pirate Chain is now listed on the AtomicDEX. This has been years and years in the making, and huge strides have been made by the Komodo team to get this to even work. And this is amazing, especially in these times, because with all these exchanges going defunct from basically irony, I would say, for the simple fact that, you know, we got into crypto because of the whole banking system and how, you know, the '08 financial crisis, all that other crazy shit. And then the same damn thing happens to crypto because people are greedy and stupid. So nowadays, and it seems like my prediction from a while back is coming true, which is users are going to be flocking more towards decentralized exchanges like swaps and things like that, as compared to places like FTX, for example, because they're gone pretty much, and all those other centralized options. Because not your keys, not your coins, for one, and two, you know, basically when they have your coins, they essentially just gamble it away. That's all it really is. So I can't stress the importance of making sure that you own the keys to your wallets and nobody else has access to them, and you're not using some sort of custodial service to hold all your crypto. You know, if you're using a centralized exchange just to throw a little bit on there to trade a little bit or just exchange, that's okay. But, you know, make sure the vast majority of your holdings is in your own wallet. and preferably you use decentralized exchanges. So that being said, the AtomicDEX is absolutely amazing to be on. You know, peer-to-peer swaps, all that other fun stuff. So now you don't really have to worry about having somebody hold your coins for you, essentially. I mean, even though there's other alternatives, like, for example, with Polarity, how you own the keys to your wallets there, so all the stuff you have, you own, all other fun stuff. So, but the AtomicDEX is a huge stride in technology by itself. So, would love to see everyone start using that and, you know, protect themselves from, you know, centralized exchanges. The next thing on my list is War. So War, as you all know, is on Binance Smart Chain currently. We are wrapping everything up this week for being put onto Ethereum. So now, once we're on Ethereum, when we're using Balancer and all that other fun stuff, you guys will be able to port from the native chain to, you know, Ethereum to BSC, or directly from Ethereum to BSC and then back to the native chain, however you want to do it. So this is awesome because Ethereum is absolutely the largest platform out there. So while it isn't the cheapest by far, it's actually pretty damn expensive. At the same time, there's still a ridiculous amount of people that use Ethereum. So hopefully in the future, fees will get lower and lower, but I don't have any hope for that, to be honest. However, like I said, it's still a huge amount of users that we could potentially pull in. And plus, the same deal applies, where basically you stake liquidity and you get rewarded for it as well. So gives people another opportunity on a different platform to, you know, have a small income from just people trading or sending or receiving, so sending and receiving and things like that. So and one other thing I want to expand upon too, which is what I've talked about previously with centralized exchanges, is that, you know, regardless of the exchange, it could be Binance, it could be some mom and pop shop. You never know what'll happen with those exchanges. It could be the quote unquote too big to fail exchange and things like that. Nothing is too big to fail. Keep that in mind. So while, yeah, you know, there's a few options for decentralized exchanges for trading native R, at the same time, you know, that's where things like um, the War come in as well. Even though War's primary use case is to exit those platforms privately, it's still, while you don't have that privacy aspect, the good thing is if you actually use wallets that, you know, that are clean, that are freshly generated, things like that, you still have more privacy than 99% of anything else that's out there. So that being said, you know, places where you can actually see the contract for that exchange in terms of how it's used, how the swaps are done, and they can be audited, is 1,000 times better than any centralized exchange that has full control over your assets. So just something to think about. Now, in terms of the non-technical stuff, we are inviting people over to Keybase, specifically because Discord over the past several months has been banning servers for whatever rhyme or reason they feel. So in the event that that were to happen to us, obviously we still have Telegram, but Keybase is another option. I'm not going to say it's similar to Discord. It's got a familiar feel in terms of how things are, like with the different chat rooms and things like that. But it's a lot more private than Discord. You can actually encrypt your messages. You can set your messages to explode so that this way, things are not permanently there and all that cool stuff. So Keybase, if you haven't used it, I'd highly recommend checking it out. It is a bit of a learning curve for some of the stuff with you, whether in regards to, usernames or just how to use certain features and so forth. So we have our own, obviously, pirate server on there. So we'll post links to that. You can also check out the link on our website to join the Keybase server for pirate. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask Cax or several others. I know a little bit about Keybase. I'm on the pirate server. I've used it every so often, but I wouldn't say an expert with it. So Cax and the others would definitely know way more than I would on using Keybase and how to move around and things like that. So, and another thing too is that you have to authorize yourself on other devices. So it's not like someone can take your steal your username and password and then use another PC to just log in as you. So there's a bunch of security features in there as well that are really awesome that I'd like to see implemented in other places too. But Keybase is pretty solid with all that stuff. And the next non-technical thing I want to talk about, which was the website rebranding. Yeah, huge shout out to Kosius, Scott, Benny, and all the others, Zardy, and everyone else that have been, knee deep in figuring out how the new website's going to look and how it's going to feel, how everything's going to be written and presented, all that fun stuff. So there's no actual timetable on the new website, but what I do know is it'll be released next year at some point. There's still a lot of work to go on it, but I feel like next year is a solid target for the new website to be up and running and basically replacing our existing site. There was some debate about the URL, whether we should keep pirate.black or we should go with something else, or just use pirate.black as a redirect, or use the other one as a redirect in terms of the URL, but that's still up for debate. I'd be interested to hearing from the community on that, whether we should use pirate.black as the main website, just the URL I'm talking about, just to clarify, or if we should go with something else and then use pirate.black as a redirect to the new URL. So if anybody has any opinions on that, feel free to comment and let us know. And speaking about content, Daily Dose of Pirate Chain has been producing quite a bit of awesome content recently. Highly recommend going to check that out. For those that have limited time and want to get filled in on various things that are happening, or just, your daily. I don't think it's daily still. Just because content is sometimes hard to come by, but it's a great place for being informed on various things, just privacy matters, pirate chain matters, and all the other things that are really, really important in this space and to people's personal lives as well. So feel free to check that out. And Cax, if you can post a link to that as well, that'd be great. Now, the last thing on my list is the hardware wallet. The hardware wallet is making some really great strides. The pre-orders, I think they've been started. I always get confused on that because I saw some people talk about pre-ordering it, and then some others are waiting. So I think it's available for pre-order on barter.com. That's BARRTER.com. It's a site that is basically the pirate version of Craigslist. So, which is absolutely awesome. You can actually, sell your stuff and know that the people that are on there have pirate and are willing to either are willing to spend pirate, or you are willing to spend pirate on various items and things like that that are available on that store. So, huge shout out to the all that put the work into that site, and to Quartermaster for setting all that up. Oh, actually, thank you, Hossein, for bringing that up. So it's funny that I said to go check it out, but at the same time, don't check it out right now. They're having issues with the website. There's some security issues with the website currently that they were working on fixing. So hold off on checking out the site until further notice. Hopefully they'll have everything resolved by the next meeting, and I'll let you guys know in an announcement and at the next meeting whether it's good to go. So thanks, Hossein, for DMing me that real quick. That was some good timing. But yeah, so aside from that, I'll post up some screenshots later today of some of the progress that's been made with the hardware wallet. But aside from that, that's pretty much all the news I got. Actually, no, I don't. There is something else. So the mobile wallet is going to be updated for Pirate, as well as there's a new update coming, I believe, for the full node wallet. Is Forge on here, or is he not available right now? He is not. Okay. But yeah, so there's some cool updates coming for the wallet soon. So be on the lookout for that. We'll make some announcements as soon as they're available. And I believe we are going to be migrating the the iOS wallet over to us. So I'll talk about that more when that time comes. It should probably be by the next month's meeting. So aside from that, anybody any questions, comments, anything like that? I don't think it's a mandatory update for the wallet. So. Also, if you want to ask a question or make a comment or whatever on voice, feel free to raise your hand and we'll pull you in.
Hey, I would like to talk a few things about AtomicDEX.
Absolutely, go for it, man.
And people have been talking about liquidity and not enough order, and there was no decentralized exchange for Pirate. Now there is, and as I can see, there are plenty of liquidity even with the low spread. I was posting it in the trading channel, but looked like people didn't notice. So there are plenty. I mean, right now, as you can see, you can buy at least 22,755 Pirate with KMD or with BTC, with DAI. So there are plenty available. So people, if you want some Pirate, Just install the AtomicDEX and get them until they are there.
Yeah, and there's a comment I want to make about that too. There's some people that complain about liquidity, saying, oh, there's not enough on XYZ exchange or maybe AtomicDEX or whatever. But the key thing is that unless people start, posting sales and sell orders and buy orders, it's not going to be much liquidity. So, even though you may not see much liquidity, just create some orders. Create some orders anyways, because that
Exactly.
if everyone starts doing that, then that solves the liquidity issue right there. So.
Yep. So people haven't been noticing. So once I noticed yesterday, I started posting screenshots. So no need to complain. Just get on, post your order. I have created multiple orders now, to buy and sell on both way. So whoever needs what, it's just the more of us join in, push our orders, there will be more liquidity. So doesn't matter what price you are putting, whatever price you want, just post your order. Because at the end of the day, you are holding your keys. You have total control. So no need to worry about the exchange gonna go bust like FTX or Gemini or whatever exchanges, centralized exchanges. So it's decentralized. Funds are totally under your control. Your keys, your coins. So nobody's going to take it. So whenever the price goes up to your desired level, your order will get filled whenever somebody needs it. So either you want to buy or you want to sell whatever pair you have. For example, you don't need to have Komodo in order to buy Pirate. If you have Ethereum, you want to buy Pirate, create an order on Ethereum and Pirate pair. You have Bitcoin, Litecoin, you want to buy some Pirate, just create the order there. Or you have Pirate, you want some BUSD, just post it like that in that pair. So nobody's going to hold you why you are not doing it. It's just whatever coin you want to trade Pirate with, either buy or sell, just do it. So in that way, you have liquidity. Even for there is liquidity multiplier, if people didn't know about it. So basically, you have for example, 10,000 Pirate. You don't necessarily need to have an order to sell it only in Komodo pair or only in Bitcoin pair. You can have the same 10,000 Pirate liquidity you want to sell on multiple different pairs. So whatever people feel with whatever coin they want to buy with, they will buy it. So you're not tied to the same with 10,000 Pirate in one order only for one pair. You can have multiple different pairs, if that makes any sense. That's called liquidity multiplier.
Yeah, just as a kind of off topic, but is Gemini actually going bust? Because I know that they were trying to reclaim $900 million from that other place. So,
well, they had $900 million tied up with Genesis. So unless they can somehow get that money back, Twinkleballs twins, I don't know what they're going to do with their users' funds.
no, geez. See, everybody, this is why you don't keep your shit on centralized exchanges. So, basically, 2008 all over again. Oh, the irony.
What's up?
What's going on,
What's
buddy?
up,
How you
bro?
doing?
Nothing much. Enjoying the holidays, relaxing, trying not to do too much crypto stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty hectic nowadays in the crypto world, man, especially with all these exchanges going bust. So, but what ends up happening is it clears out all the bullshit, and only the best survive. So, and we're still here.
People finally realize not your keys, not your coins, what it actually means. right? We've been saying it for years, and nobody, and still people just trade on these centralized exchanges like nothing's gonna happen to them, and then when it does, because I've been here for what 12 years now, it's happened to me at least 3 times where an exchange takes my coins, or it dies, or something, or it gets hacked. I mean, it's not in your possession. If it's not in your possession, you don't own it. Just like real gold and silver. If you don't have the coins in your wallet, you don't own it. That's what AtomicDEX. So Gratz show saying, finally, man, I think we've been waiting like 2 years for AtomicDEX. AtomicDEX is amazing, guys. You should be using decentralized. Now that they're here, you should be using them. We did not have this choice. Because if we had this choice back in the day, I'm sure that they would be as popular as centralized exchanges, because it would be common area by this time. But now it's new. It just came out. What was it? A week ago? We've been waiting for this a long time. Komodo has been working on a decentralized exchange for Pirate for 2 years, I think now.
More than that.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, we've been waiting a long time. So if you got the, if you want to be smart about your money, you're going to start using AtomicDEX. If you want to end up like FTX, then continue what you're doing.
See, the interesting thing is that, and this applies to privacy as well, people don't care about not your keys, not your coins, until something happens to them. And it should never get to that point, but it just does. People just are reckless with what they have until something major happens, like FTX, and then they realize, oh crap, I need to be storing my stuff in wallets. I need to be using decentralized exchanges and so forth. Same thing with privacy. People are just lax with their privacy until their information gets hacked or released or something like that, and then they realize, oh shit, I need to be more private with my data. I need to be more private with my transactions, and then that's when they start migrating into privacy coins.
On top of the fact that DEXs are upgrades to centralized exchanges, look at them as upgrades, because you could do things on a DEX you cannot do on a centralized exchange. Like Shosain was saying earlier, you could put in an order for, let's say you want 10,000 Pirate. You could put in an order for 10,000 Pirate, but with the same funds, you could put in an order for other coins you want as well. And whichever one hits first is the one you get. But you don't have to, bet all your funds on one coin that you might possibly get if you put a buy order in. You could put buy orders on different coins with the same money and get what you want. You might get a hit, right? That's why you put buy orders in. You might get a hit. And somebody might actually sell into your bag. Right, but most of the time, buy orders just sit there, right? So instead of just sitting there, you could put your money in multiple areas and see which one hits first, which is cool. You don't get that feature on centralized exchanges. On top of the fact that,
exactly,
yeah, it's cool shit, man. I mean, that's called the market maker, right, Shosi? Market maker.
That's the liquidity multiplier. I mean, market maker is the engine that runs everything behind. That's working in the background, like the CLI or the main engine, market maker 2, to call it right now.
It's also upgraded in the fact that you don't have to exchange for Bitcoin anymore, right? So if I wanted to sell Monero and buy some more Pirate, I'd have to sell Monero for Bitcoin and then buy Pirate with Bitcoin, right? Or Litecoin, whatever.
Yes.
This is direct. Now you could, if you have Ethereum, you could directly exchange for Pirate. There is no in the middle. Am I right?
Yes, you are 100% right. So it's not only Ethereum. It's like there are almost 1,000 coins that are available in AtomicDEX. So you can choose any coin to buy or sell with.
So there's no more coin in the middle, which is the ultimate. I mean, you have a few shit coins you mined, and you want to get rid of them for some Pirate. You could do it direct. You don't have to sell the coin for Bitcoin first and then buy Pirate. You could just take whatever coin you've been mining and directly exchange it to pirate with no middle coin in being that barrier, no middleman coin.
Only caveat is like someone else would be willing to buy that shitcoin. So somebody would have to buy or find the value to get your shitcoin.
Right,
But not all coins are shitcoins. So there are plenty good coins, and people use it like almost daily or trade in different exchanges. So use those coins. So if you feel like Ethereum has too high fee, Bitcoin has too high fee, use BUSD, use Tron kind of thing, or LTC. So, I mean, there are choice of coins, like many different coins. I use only few small amount of coins, but the universe is big, and AtomicDEX has a lot of different coins. Somebody would, Okash, no, it's not that one. That BEP20 is WARRR. So you have to go with the ZHTLC. That is the exact coin that is swappable.
It's
So basically,
also
there is DAI as well. There are some orders with DAI pirate as well. So basically, whatever coin you want to get, I mean, buy, pirate with, or for, is there.
yep. And it's a security upgrade, guys. If you're worried about security and privacy, AtomicDEX or DEXs in general are way better than centralized exchanges for tons of reasons that you should know already. That you hold your own coins in your own wallet right there on your computer in front of you. Unless the only way somebody could take your coins is if they walk in your house or they hack your local computer. Uh, that's the only way they could take it. Unlike banks and centralized exchanges, which are the same as banks. They hold your money. They could hold it. They could put a lien on it. They could freeze it. They could get hacked and say, "Oh, it's lost," because it's not yours. So the security is way better. Nobody could take your stuff. So I mean, this is the latest in technology. I joined Komodo 7 years ago because they were saying they were going to have a decentralized exchange. I mean, that was the first I ever heard of it, and we've been waiting a long time for this. So, if you guys are not using the new stuff, I mean, get on board.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Forex Shark. I just wanted to say congratulations on this development update that you guys did. I think it's major. It's something that was needed and something that I've been looking forward to. I got involved in Pirate Chain years ago, and I've still been holding my position because I recognize that you guys are one of the few projects out there with integrity that continues to develop, and I appreciate that. And I think your community appreciates that. And over time, more people will recognize that and be onboarded. And I think having an Atomic Swap DEX is, a major fundamental development that was needed. And it's great. So I just want to say congratulations. And I'm going to keep holding my bags, of course. And I think it's a bright future. And, with some of the development that we've seen, these are things that we all know, of course, but it, really became public. The fact that Infura is storing user IPs and selling user data and everything that's happened with these centralized exchanges, of course. There's an education happening. There's always going to be these waves of noobs that are going to get wrecked. In every bear market, there's going to be a new wave of people that become disenfranchised through centralized institutions and centralized players misallocating funds and doing this kind of misappropriation of their power. But every wave of these people that become disenfranchised is a new wave of people that are educated. Unfortunately, the hard way, but that's often the way it needs to happen. And that's going to drive more players into true DeFi projects. And obviously I'm not going to use this as an opportunity to talk about what I'm doing, but I think that there are some legitimate players out there that are developers that really do care about having integrity, the true fundamentals of DeFi, and your team is clearly doing that. And I would like to think some of the things that I'm working on now are also doing that, and I appreciate it. And I don't think I'm a whale of R, but I'm definitely a significant holder because I've been holding from very early on, and I've used some of the opportunities to add more. And I just really appreciate the work that you guys continue to do, and real fundamental improvements to the DeFi space and privacy. Privacy is extremely important now more than ever. And that's about it. I got to run to the gym, but I just wanted to say what's up to you guys. What's up, Lutz? What's up, Draith? I haven't talked to you guys in a while. And yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Awesome update.
Yeah, it has been a while. What's going on, bro?
I'm just crazy busy. Just working right now. My main focus is building decentralized platforms that allow for some of the stuff that decentralized institutions were doing, such as lending. Like right now, I'm working on a model that will allow people to set up lending pools, similar to a DEX, where anybody can put up collateral and anybody can be a lender. And the amount of interest that's paid on the loan is relative to the amount of lenders relative to people trying to get a loan issued to them, and cut out the middleman of the whole yield generating lending, and without minting tokens, having the yield come from someone that wants to pay for a loan, wants to, for whatever reason. It could be because they want to be able to access capital now, but they don't want to sell their ETH, or they don't want to sell their BNB or whatever. So it allows them to access capital without actually losing that position, things like that. And privacy, I'm very interested in doing some EVM related privacy, which is obviously difficult, right? But something I'm interested in. But I don't really want to use this as an opportunity to talk about what I'm doing. I'm just really happy to see that you guys are continuing to put in the work, and it's appreciated. And it's, people are always going to go to what's flashy, and especially what they think they can make short-term immediate profits on. But slowly and surely, people will be driven towards value and long-term value. Mostly because the people that are going for short-term value get wrecked and lose that money, and the people that are in these long-term projects, they might not make an immediate rapid profit, but over time there's going to be a slow drip of capital to these projects, which will eventually benefit these players, I think. And over time, I feel that they'll be the ones that benefit financially as well, not just from a utility perspective, where they're benefiting from privacy and other extremely important utilities, but may not be as obvious as the utility of, oh, I'm going to make 2x tomorrow, right? Because that's just people are driven by short-term incentive structures. But I think over time, the true projects that are really trying to build and bring value to the ecosystem are going to thrive. And Pirate Chain is one of the first projects that made me recognize the value of altcoins. So I mean, it'd probably be hard for people that know me to think that I was kind of a maxi at one point, but I was never a true maxi because I got into Bitcoin in like 2012 at like $14. So I was a maxi for a while because Bitcoin was the only thing around, really. But as soon as Monero came out, I recognized that this is valuable, right? This is privacy, it's important, and it's needed. And then I was kind of just like a Bitcoin and Monero maxi for a long time, until I saw some opportunities in like EVM related projects, and R. And R is really the only project that's not EVM based, that's an altcoin that I've invested in, that I've been interested in. Because obviously there's some other projects that are doing that are trying to bring utility and are trying to do innovative stuff, but I just don't see the obvious driver that makes me want to adopt those models, often they're either trying to do something that an EVM model can already do, but they're doing it like a little faster, a little cheaper, whatever, which is somewhat important. But I think that BSC kind of handles that in a way that meets the demands better than any other project right now that does something like that. Just obviously it has some issues with like centralization and this kind of stuff, but there's no competitor that does, I feel, what BSC does in a way that is less centralized and actually functions like BSC functions. Like it works, and it's not having constant issues with getting DDoSed and all of this. And then outside of that, it's the ERC20 network, which is obvious, right? But it's expensive, and it has issues where some of the stuff that I've developed, it would just be impossible to do on BSC because we're doing too many functions. There's too much going on, and then outside of that, really, what interests me? It's Monero in a sense, but I feel like R or Pirate Chain, whatever you want to call it, does privacy better, and I think has kind of a more niche but devoted team that is actually continuing to innovate, and I think is more on the cutting edge, so it interests me more. And then outside of that, like, what is interesting? Not much. So
I think there's a morality factor that a lot of people don't get. A lot of these projects, like you mentioned, the BSV, they get their funding from grants.
Oh, no,
These
no, no,
grants
no.
come
Sorry.
from
I didn't say
corporations.
BSV. I said BSC, Binance Smart Chain. No, fuck BSV. BSV is just absolute garbage.
Binance as well. I mean, a lot of these projects get their funding from grants. Right? Those grants are those evil corporations. Those are the people giving them the money. Reciprocity is real. So
Yeah.
that feeling that you owe somebody is always there. You're gonna owe them all the time. All the time. If you take their money, you always owe them.
Yeah.
Right? So the
Of
way
course
we build is open source, and we have to believe that open source can work. If you don't believe open source can work, then a lot of people will start talking about audits. Oh, we need to audit this code. No, because open source does that naturally.
Yeah, so it's a matter of utility and meeting market fit. So I agree, as I've already said, that there are issues of centralization with BSC. But also, I think for that kind of utility, right, being able to do that kind of EVM compatible smart contracts interoperability, it's the best game in town right now, right? Because the Ethereum network is just too expensive, too congested, and it's impossible to do some of the things that I think add value and are valuable on the Ethereum network. So BSV is the next best option that actually allows you to do this stuff. So, as I was saying, I think it's only a few, right, that I'm interested in. It's the RC20 network, but I think it's just too expensive right now to do really like cutting edge innovative stuff. You can do some things, but just really the more cutting edge, the stuff that takes more functionality, you can't really do it on ERC20 network. So I think BSC is the next best thing. And then outside of that, it's like Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is just kind of acts as an index for the whole market. And then R, really, it's Pirate Chain. Like, that's really because privacy, right? Privacy is a utility that I respect and that I think is necessary. And outside of that, nothing really interests me. Like, there's
So,
not
well,
much
sorry
value.
to cut you off. So, while we're on the topic of utility and value, I don't know how many of you noticed, but Vitalik from Ethereum there, he mentioned how important zk-SNARKs is again. I believe it was yesterday. So anyone who thinks that utility or value isn't there for R is kind of a lost cause. A lot of these kids who are coming into crypto, they're young, they want money, they go, oh, when Moon, when Lambo. They're going to get those harsh awakenings of, oh crap, I just lost all my money on this exchange. Hopefully it's just a learning experience, like we've all, some of us, most of us, all kind of been there. and hopefully they learn and grow from it.
Yeah, it will happen in waves. Every bear market will result in a new wave of noobs getting wrecked. But anyways, that's all. That's what I want to say. I gotta run to the gym, but I appreciate you guys, and it's an awesome update. So I'll be in touch. Thank you guys. Bye.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Haven't heard from that guy in a while.
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
Wasn't he like
Yeah.
the DeFi famous guy? He's famous for DeFi knowledge.
Yeah, he's pretty brilliant when it comes to DeFi stuff. So
He was the trading guru.
oh yeah, he was the trading guy too. Yeah. But all right, anybody got any questions, comments, anything before we wrap this up?
I'm planning an event on February 6th through 10, guys. So I'm not sure how it's going to be done yet. I'm associating it with a magazine as well. I think we're going to call it the Pirate Show at this point, not the Loot Show anymore. I don't even know where that came from. I think maybe Forge made that up at some point, and it's stuck. But I'll be back soon. I'm just enjoying my time and relaxing. Enjoy your holidays, guys. Just relax. Enjoy the bear market. Best thing to do during a bear market is get fat.
Get fat. All right, guys. So if there's no questions or comments or anything, we'll go ahead and call it up. So appreciate everybody coming. The U.S. meeting will start in 4 hours and 45 minutes. So basically it'll just be the same thing but as this, but obviously with more geared toward the U.S. people, since it's about that time when people get off of work. So but anyways, all right, guys, catch you all later. Stay happy and healthy, and I'll catch you all later.
Bye.
To save the day, bring the change, empower you to change the game, that's the aim. Never be afraid to trade or get paid. Nobody can trace you on the blockchain. Time for action, now we gain traction. Pirate chain for private transactions, cause we need some free interaction. Here we go, now it's time to catch on.
Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go.
When ARRR is low, gonna buy that dip. Hodl and do some private flips, following simple finance tips, so that one day I can buy a pirate ship. Stand up and dare to dream big, cause you know it's time to be free. Love and respect is what the world needs, and of course, privacy.
Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the chain's not cut and the block's not gone. We pirates make our regular call, we're with the captain, crew and dawn. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go.